Hey everyone, welcome to the channel, and in this video I'm going to be going over a country in GeoGuessr that might actually be too easy, to the point where it actually becomes a bit of a problem. So, at least my definition over the last couple videos I've done for GeoGuessr tips for an easy country is a country that is not only easy to identify, but also a country that is easy to get a very high score on, and guess the regions within that country. So, some more difficult countries that you can identify easily would be countries like Russia, Brazil, the USA, and countries that you can identify easily and also accurately guess the regions would be countries like Greenland, Canada, Australia, Iceland, and this country I'm about to go over doesn't really fall under either of those categories because it's only one location, really. I mean, the entire country has official Google coverage, but unfortunately, GeoGuessr just doesn't have it in too many of the maps. At least the GeoGuessr standard maps like World and the competitive variations of World. So, this country is India. Now, India got official Google coverage in 2022, so it's one of the more recent countries to be added. Unfortunately, the country didn't actually get the best coverage. A lot of it is quite low quality, but that also helps out with GeoGuessr because it makes the country easy to identify. Just from this, you can kind of see what I mean. We have a giant blur at the bottom that basically takes up like half of your vision, so you won't even really be able to see like road lines unless they're quite ahead of you, or really any features on the ground that are directly next to you. There is a couple variations of this, so also if you look at the camera quality itself, and I actually went over this in my camera generations video, I talked a bit about the Indian camera and the camera generation, or camera quality, sorry, and how it can be used to identify the country. Nigeria also does have some coverage that looks similar to this, with like this large blur and this quite poor camera quality, but India basically has it all over the entire country, while in Nigeria it'll be pretty sparse as Nigeria has lots of different types of coverages. Over the years, Google's covered it in many different ways, so it's kind of mixed together. But that doesn't mean that this blur, that wide blur will be the only blur you can find on the Google car, as you can also find this one that's a bit more similar to the blur you'll find in Switzerland or Japan. And we do have a visible white vehicle back here. But again, you kind of have like this brown orangish tint on the camera, and it's also quite low quality. You can still make everything, you can still read everything, but unfortunately the camera quality just isn't great. Like even if I was put into a no move pan zoom game and I just had this without being able to see the blur or any text, I'd probably still assume it's India just because of the camera quality. So India is very easy to identify, and compared to a country like Bangladesh, which has a very similar climate, they also have similar or maybe the same scripts. They look very similar to me at least. You can clearly tell that there's a large difference between the two countries, at least just with like polls and with camera generation, camera quality. Bangladesh, for the most part, will have Gen 4 coverage or Gen 3 coverage. You can sometimes find a visible Google car similar to the one you'll find in Mongolia. So back to what I was saying about India having quite limited coverage, or I guess not being particularly common on GeoGuessr maps, as a lot of the country is actually covered with official Google coverage, but GeoGuessr just doesn't really have it in their official maps rotation, unfortunately, because India, if you don't know, is the seventh largest country in the world, a bit smaller than Australia, but also one of the more populous countries in the world, having well over 1 billion people, compared to the third largest or third most populous country in the world, the US, which has about just over 300 million people. So significantly larger than even the USA. So India is a very diverse country, and while on Street View, on Google Earth, on Google Maps, you can definitely see the whole country, which is cool. And it's great that we even got official coverage because it had been a while up until India got covered that Google had done anything with any new countries. Because obviously there's a lot of politics that goes into Google covering countries, but enough about that again. India is pretty rare on GeoGuessr official maps. So this is maps like world and any variations of world. So this also includes multiplayer. And why is this important? Well, on world maps and official GeoGuessr maps, if you find India, 99% of the time it will be in New Delhi. And just opening up Google Maps right here, if you don't know, New Delhi is pretty north in India. Right up here, it's a gigantic city. It's absolutely massive. So it's kind of New Delhi and the surrounding region, even like all the way out to here. But the general New Delhi area is pretty much the only place that you can really find on GeoGuessr maps. I mean, and look at the rest of the country. It's giant. There's so many cities, so much rural area that actually does have official coverage. If I just pull up Street View, look at all that. A lot of this is official coverage, but that's not GeoGuessr. So, back to what I was saying about GeoGuessr competitive, GeoGuessr multiplayer. So, if you're in a duels game, Battle Royale distance, Battle Royale countries, that doesn't really matter. That's just about identifying countries. But these two game modes, if you find yourself in India and you just go New Delhi, it's basically guaranteed to be New Delhi. So, most people that you'll play against probably also know this, so they'll also go New Delhi. This is both, I think, a really good thing, also a really bad thing, because say you're down quite a bit and you're in a large damage multiplier and you get India, you click on New Delhi and you're going to get some pretty high points. Even though the city is big compared to the scale of the entire planet, even just clicking within the city, you're going to probably get over 4,000 points. So that can be good for keeping you in the game longer, but if you're ahead of the other person or other people and you get New Delhi, you get India, then it's not a good thing for you. So having a country that's so easy that it just kind of doesn't even do anything. It doesn't impact the game to a large level. Like for example, Greenland. It's a very easy country to learn. It's a very easy country to identify, and it's a very easy country to region guess. If you don't know about Greenland, I actually made a video on it, so check it out right here. But it still takes time to learn, and there's still several locations. Greenland is the largest island on the planet. So learning it, while easy, is skillful. It takes skill to learn it. It takes time to learn it. Same with Iceland, same with Canada, same with all of the countries I kind of listed at the beginning of the video. They're easy because they're easy to learn and they're easy to get high points on. You don't really have to learn India, and are you really getting high points, especially in multiplayer, if your opponent is going to get those exact same high points? I'm not too sure, and I don't really think so. So anyways, thank you for watching this video. If you learned something, remember to leave a like. If I got anything wrong, of course, please comment it down below. And if you're new here and enjoy my content, want to see more of it, please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel a lot. And I'll see you in the next one.